Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. What do you think about that? So, um, let's start off with Hope and Thomas for a minute. Because during this episode, they do a flashback of, what I like to call Psycho Thomas. Okay? You know, when Brooke and Taylor and everyone talks about, Thomas's dark days, I didn't know, like, I got a flashback scene of, Liam locking the door to tell Hope that Thomas knew the whole time about their child. Um, the child between Liam and Hope. And Douglas practically breaks down the door like a psychopath and starts pushing on start pushing on Liam. And, Liam's like, yo, listen, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. For once in your life, tell the truth. And Thomas like, I'm warning you. I'm like, um, I, I thought people was over exaggerating a little bit, but I mean, it's almost like there was just a void. Like there was just nothing there. He seemed like he was possessed almost. Like, oh my god. There's a point where they're talking, and Thomas punches Liam in the face, grabs Hope, I guess takes her to the roof, and they skip a couple of parts. Next thing you know, you got Liam practically putting Thomas in a chokehold to tell the truth. And Hope is like, "Wait, you serious? Like, you really knew the whole time? Like, you didn't say anything? Like she is just shocked. I guess that there was a point where they were married, and wow. By the way, I think I asked this question a long time ago, but there was one point when I was watching it before I stopped where um no, never mind. That was Finn's friend that worked at the lab that kind of messed around with the test stuff. I wonder what happened to him. But anyway, it did a little flashback. Now, Hope and Thomas are playing game night or day with Douglas, and Douglas keeps bringing up, oh, I wish I could sit there and see you all the time. I'm having like the best time here, and this, that, and the third. And after he leaves, Thomas is like, yeah, I didn't coach him say that stuff. That's all on him. They have this talk, and I feel like once again, it just goes nowhere. Because Hope wants Douglas living with her full time. And Thomas wants Douglas living with him full time. And even though that, Douglas isn't blood, related to Hope, in every way that counts, that's Douglas's mother. But Douglas has not really spent a lot of time with Thomas because he was well, he was a nut job. Okay, that's just the short version of it. He was a nut job, but Douglas misses his dad, and his dad wants to be more of a presence in his life, and not just I'm just gonna come by on the weekends and hang out and chill. No, he wants to be a full time dad, and I don't blame him for that. And the sad thing is that I'm not on either one of them side. Like, I'm not on Team Hope's side. I'm not on Team Thomas' side. I mean, I'm on Team whatever is going to, whatever is best for Douglas. And it seems like we've been going over this for about damn near 2 weeks, and we still have gotten nowhere. Meanwhile, Brooke and Liam are constantly bringing up Thomas's past. Oh, he's not stable. What makes him think he's stable to sit there and handle his son now? You know, and of course, Brooke is like, at this point, she might just take a recorder and just come in and just do this. Because she's been saying the same things for the past maybe 2 weeks, give or take. I feel like it's been 2 weeks. Same crap over and over again. Douglas belongs with Hope. Hope and her, Douglas and his sister, and this, that, and the third. He belongs here. He's stable here. He flourishes here, and it's just the same crap over and over again. And Liam, while he's taking a more passive aggressive attitude towards it, he still believes in the same thing. He's still calling out Thomas for the stuff that he did in his past, and it starts to recycle after a while, and like I just started looking at my phone like, saying the exact same thing. All right, cool. Now I don't know the history with Bill and Deacon, so in a way, it puts me at a disadvantage. For all I know, Deacon could have really screwed over Bill back in the day. Okay? Because when Bill comes in there, Bill treats Deacon like dirt. Okay? Bill comes in there to talk to Finn, and Deacon is working, and I guess he was standing there doing something, and Bill was like, "Oh, don't you need your apron on or something like that? Shouldn't you be like busting tables or whatever? What are you just standing around there for? You're a bum or something like that?" That's not what he said, but that was his attitude. And it's just like he was just being a dick then. Straight up. He was being a dick. But again, I don't know what Deacon has done to him over the years, so it's very, like, for me, it's very one-sided. It's the same thing with Deacon and Ridge. Like, I know that back in the day, Deacon wound up being with Brooke when Brooke was with Ridge. So I know they got that bit of a history going on. But I don't know how far it goes back. I don't know who did what to who first. I don't know who cast the first stone to each other. That's pretty much what I'm saying. But when Bill and Finn talk, they just talk about Sheila and Sheila dying, and Bill is all like, "Oh, she's a psychopath and she deserved what she got." That bear ate of her breakfast, and I'm like, I mean, I know that Sheila was not great with Finn, but I mean, he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Sheila. So you might want to tone it down on celebrating and practically dancing all over um Sheila's grave at this point. Like, what are you doing? Meanwhile, Sheila is just hanging out, listening, and Deacon just keeps giving her that look like, out of here. And when he walks up to her, he's like, "Yo, you gotta go. You can't be here." Later on, they get back to Deacon's place, and Sheila's over the moon. Sheila's all like, "Oh, Finn missed me, and he's really saddened by my death." And Deacon is like, that was your takeaway? Like, seriously? Even though I'm sitting there looking at, like, you do realize that he was, he was also talking about the fact that, you practically try to kill him. You almost killed him. You try to kill his wife. You try to kill his mother. I guess all of that stuff is just, but of course it will, because crazy people, well, okay, not just crazy people, most people are going to sit there and say what they want. Crazy people are going to take that to the extent, to the extreme. And when Sheila got back to that place, she was over the moon. And Deacon's like, "You need to sit there and get back down to reality, because you're never going to have a relationship with her." But Sheila was like, "I'm not leaving Los Angeles. I'm definitely, she just has this mindset that she's definitely going to have a future, a relationship with the son that she shot, his wife that he shot, and the only mother that Finn's ever known try to kill. This is who she thinks she's going to have a relationship with. I mean, when you really think about it, just the depths of how nuts this woman is, it's almost scary. It's almost scary. Because even though this is a soap opera, people can really be in that delusional state. That's the scary part. Now, what I forgot to point out, I don't remember if I pointed out yesterday or today, but when Deacon kept looking at, Sheila in the mask, there was one point when Finn turned around and kept looking, like, he kept looking at the woman like, you look familiar. Like, he just kept looking. And it's weird because it's like her facial features do not, in any shape, way, or form, resemble Sheila. Okay, they just don't. I don't understand why. Um, like Hope was like, "Oh, you look like you're kind of familiar," and now Finn was not there looking at her too. I'm just like, "What are you saying that I don't?" I mean, I get you have to sit there and try to picture it as more of a mask and like, I guess, kind of looking like Sheila, but it's like it in no way, shape, or form looks like Sheila. On top of the fact that it's literally a different actress, but it's like, I don't know. Seemed like whoever they got, they didn't get somebody that would closely resemble Sheila enough to make um Hope and some other people look at her like, what is going on? Um, Now I don't know if this reference is going to really make a lot of sense, but I'm going to sit there and say it anyway. And this is for anyone who's watched the Vampire Diaries. There's a point, I think, in season 7 where they have this badass huntress. And the actress that played the huntress really looked like Nina Doven or Elena. She really looked like her. And for a split second, when she first appeared, I thought she really was Elena. That's how well they casted this new character. But it's a soap opera, so I guess this is pretty much the best that they can do under whatever circumstances. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I don't think I really missed too much of anything. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great, safe weekend. Um, Unless my schedule changes on Sunday, 6 o'clock live stream. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I hope to see everyone there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.